Why take life so seriously? Before anyone says anything about, because it's your life, just hear me out for a sec. What if I were to say everything you love, desire, resent, imagine, and anything that intrigued you was simply nothing? I personally live my life by the fact that everything is nothing. Or at least, nothing's important. Everything is nothing. It was all made out to be something, so that we can get the understanding for everything. Before we had the understanding for everything, what did we actually identify anything as? Well, if you look at an animal who can't rationalize its own demise in a full-on vocalized thought, what would it identify anything as, other than the way it felt about it? Nothing. Because it identifies everything with its feelings and emotional attachment. Obviously, emotional expression is triggered by the way you feel about a certain experience. As human beings possessing the great gift of using a language, we can use this skill to vocalize the reason we feel the way we feel, making us capable of rationalizing our decisions with a second thought. Yes, all creatures have some sort of sensory input, but the only creatures who can use this rational thinking from a language skill are humans. We are the only ones who can think about a curiosity before pursuing said interest. Therefore, we can vocalize the future possibilities from being able to contemplate our past experience through familiar settings. The left, a toll on the way you feel about the environment, based off of early and or memorable experiences toward a similar past event, or even a recent event that has left this mark / emotional attachment. This could spring from unique, brand new, special, traumatizing, extraordinary, and most likely an older memory burnt into your early and stronger stage of neurogenesis. Or, in other words, the neuroplasticity to develop new brain cells, new chemical pathways, or a new structure. This new structure allows the brain to be a little more capable of handling the new acquired experience the next time it comes around, aka learning. But neurogenesis reaches its limit for new development between the ages of 18 to 30 at most, which is why children learn faster than adults, because adults possess their certainty for their subjective meaning of their existence. But on the other hand, just because the adult has the perspective doesn't mean the child is intellectually inferior, nor does that imply that the child doesn't know what they want, but they will most likely be incapable of knowing the specific reasons for why it is they feel the need to satisfy the things they want out of life. Kids function a bit more from their unconscious thoughts, which is why they react inclusively or impulsively, but that leaves an unlimited possibility to learn. So if you tell your kids that violence is bad, and they happen to believe you, so they don't act in such a way because they feel that it is wrong through the reasons that it is bad. But when this guy is face to face with the bully loves playing the role of being the influencer of violence. They see this affable individual and they see a target. You didn't want your kid to pursue an interest towards violence, so the violence will have an opportunity to pursue your child. Your child, therefore, has involvement in a violent scenario that you anticipated would never happen. Not only that, but he was also the one who got hurt from it because you neglected to teach him how to defend himself because of whatever emotional attachment you have towards your offspring. Because you were a violent individual who just so happened to be violent yourself, so it is easy to see why you want your kids to be much better than you could have been. But that doesn't mean that he has to be submissive, just so that he could possibly get dominated. At the end of the day, it could have been worse. It could have been gun violence instead of fist to fist violence. We could get killed instead of getting beaten. But either way, we are going to die and or we will feel some type of defeat. But just know that if we fail, you will see that you'll see how that failure will came to conquer you. And then you will know how to avoid it so that you can win. We can't take a life that will end all that seriously. We cannot take a life that will end all that serious, okay? So therefore, if we try to force ourselves away from the inevitable, it is therefore labeled as pure mutiny. I guess one of my real life examples, this was never me. I never had an issue with getting violent amongst bullies, but I guess yesterday I was doing my voluntary, bottle picking, like I had mentioned in a previous video, and yeah, I was digging through nasty ass dumpsters, yes, but I had found 2 alcoholic beverages. I had celebrated later on that day after mucking around in maggots and baby feces and old food, just so that I can get a little turnt afterwards, or turnt, you know. And it wasn't enough alcohol to get me all that fucked up, but it was still a nice. It was nice. It was a Fireball and a long Bud Light can. So it was nice. It was good enough. So the fact that I had to go through that nasty bullshit, I got to enjoy my day later on that day. Even though after my alcoholic nap, I did get a little productive. I cleaned up a bit, but yeah, gave me a headache. Alcohol